What if you could turn a completely useless room into the most epic gaming theater setup you have ever seen? Because that's exactly what I'm about to do. Through this video, I am going to be transforming this space from storage dump to dream build. But with all this, I have mapped out a 4-step plan and I'm documenting every part of it.
Now, in order to build an ultimate gaming theater space, we're gonna have to plan it out ahead of time to make sure we know exactly what's gonna go into this room. We took about 900 square feet down here in my basement, the unfinished spot, and created the gaming room. Now you may be thinking, you already have a gaming space, why build a second one? Why not? So what we're gonna be doing now is taking the rest of this unfinished portion in my basement to create the ultimate gaming theater space. Now the biggest hindrance when it comes to planning out this space, whoever designed and built this house, is that they put a sewer line right here against the wall. So if we're gonna wanna do a TV, if we're gonna wanna do some sort of projector screen, this wall, too small. This wall, too small. This wall right here, too small. Whether it's a 98-inch TV or maybe a 135-inch projector, it's gonna go right here, smack dab in the middle, no windows. We are gonna have some sort of big couch. But again, like I said, it's a theater space and we are gonna have to do some sort of popcorn machine. You know, your boy's gotta have his snacks. I'm going upstairs, way too far. I am going to be pre-wiring internet right here so that we can set up the ultimate PC gaming setup. We gotta have some decorations on this wall, maybe some posters, but this gives a quick layout to build the ultimate gaming theater room. So now that we got that wrapped up, let's head to stage 2.
And now it's time to start building. But with all this tech, we had to load up on outlets. Then comes my favorite part, Smurf tubing. It's the bright orange tubing that runs through the walls so we can hide all the cables like civilized human beings. After all that electrical wizardry, it was time to tackle sound. We added wall insulation, threw in some high-end sound dampening drywall so I can game at full volume without getting divorce papers served to me mid-match. We finished things off with a pitch black paint, fresh carpet, finally making this place feel less like a dusty storage unit and more like a place you'll never want to leave.
Now that we finished up construction there in the theater room, it leads us to step 3 of the plan. It's time to go shopping. First things first, we got one of the most important pieces, the couch. There's these couches that are going viral, go by the name of Love Sack. They're known for their modern design, which has speakers all surround in your couch, but you can actually take apart the material and the covers on each cushion and throw them into the washer, just for those, you know, messy days. Sometimes you have children, sometimes you got to put up with people like Quinn, you know, things like.
You're sweaty. Okay.
Since it's a theater build, I am thinking a little bit more of a darker theme couch, just so it doesn't show the messes. We're only at $8,800.
What? The first item?
At the cart. Do you mind if I borrow your credit card real quick? I just got to make a quick expense.
My other one.
I had some, you know, ideas when it comes to surround sound. I have been looking at the Sony quad speakers. But they have it in their Bravia theater line. You are getting 4 speakers in this, but in each speaker, there's 4 little speakers. So it's actually 16 speakers.
It's like when you have like 3-ply toilet paper and it says you have like 6,000 rolls.
Yeah, that's kind of what came to mind too. These are supposed to be crazy good. So, $2,500 at the cart. We are 2 items in. We're already above $10,000. So let's be honest, guys. You can't just have speakers. You have to have a subwoofer. That's where the perfect blend for the SW5 subwoofer. This is wireless, so we'll connect pretty simply. Just plug it in the wall. This is really what's going to get us the boom. Get it? Because no. Okay, so it's just me. $700.
Are you gonna be financially okay after this?
No. But what theater room is complete without a gaming setup? Asus has just come out with a 39-inch ultra wide. This thing is coming in with an 800R curve, 1440p resolution, 240 hertz refresh rate, and did I mention, it is a OLED gaming monitor. We're adding it to cart. Now we gotta get started on the PC. So we got the Height Y70, and this one actually has a screen on the front. $440 for a case. $1,700 for the 5080. We are gonna be testing the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D.
Now we're finding plenty of items to make the best gaming setup possible, which saves us the best for last.
I know we've been debating whether we do a projector or do we do a TV. And honestly, guys, I think we got the winner here. When I was at CES, I ran into this company called Valerian. Set a record for the highest crowdfunding projector project. They raised over $10 million for their Vision Master line 4K projector. But if you're gonna do a little bit of gaming on it, you can put it down to a 1080p resolution, get 240 hertz refresh rate. You got 4 millisecond latency, so very, very low as a projector. And it is pretty much $3,000. We still need a screen for it. I measured it earlier. Largest we can do is 135. I'm saving up for my kids' college funds, which are completely empty right now. All right, add to cart. But now that we finished all our shopping, it's time for step 4 of the plan, which is delivery and installation. So editor, cut us to the delivery.
I have a name.
I said cut.
Okay.
Our first items to arrive is our love sack couch, plus some beanbags for a different room. Now, the beanbags might have been fun to set up, but the couch, on the other hand, well, not so much.
So I just counted. We got 12 packages. That's a lot of boxes. Just for the couch. This is gonna take a lifetime putting together. Oh. Now that we're only about 10% through our boxes, I'm gonna kind of show you what we were thinking for this space. We're gonna have 3 sectionals wide with 2 deep, equal to like a queen size bed. Open box from both ends, push one side through.
For a $9,000 couch, this thing should have unboxed itself. I mean, I even had to get the wife involved in on this one.
This isn't the actual color of the couch, and so you do have the wrapping. We went with like a dark black.
But after hours, days of putting this together, we finally have our couch.
All right, there's only one true test, Taylor. You ready? It's good. It didn't break. 82 boxes, and 4 hours later, it is finally complete.
Now keep in mind, fellas, I have a whole PC in the other room calling my name. But if I don't put this projector screen up now, your boy may accidentally make this another gaming room, so we'll get to that shortly.
Yeah, this thing's going to be a really tight fit onto the wall over there.
Now, I may have wanted the biggest screen they had, but at what cost?
Yeah, this is a little bit bigger than what I thought it was going to be.
Dude.
We are out of space. Sorry, Quinn. Rules are the rules.
Sorry. What is this?
Yeah, they're about 6 sizes too small.
Is this a glove for ants?
Not gonna lie, we're struggling more with the screen than we actually did with the couch.
Is it in?
Yeah.
I mean, what? So we're gonna have to take the springs, put them in these holes, wrap them around, and attach them to the frame so that we can get the screen tight around this.
No, for sure. We're gonna try to open these real quick.
No, you got it.
No, please.
No,
Okay.
I trust you. You got one.
After many screws later, our screen is finally looking solid, so surely the hard part is over, right? Right?
Dude, are we way off?
This thing sucks.
So here's the problem, right? On the top, you got regular brackets. On the bottom, in order to keep tension, it's got these spring-loaded, and so we're having issues measuring correctly because this is hard to measure.
Yeah, this is our like 3rd or 4th time.
So we're gonna move these screws about an inch up, right? I hope.
Yep.
So this is the screwdriver, right? One of them. This is the other one, which Kyle literally stripped using brute strength, trying to drill these things into the wall.
After all that, I think it's finally time to take a break from the theater room and finally build out our PC setup.
Let's build my first ever AMD custom built PC. Oh wait. Yeah, that's been in there a few months.
To kick off the build, we have our Asus B650E tough gaming motherboard. And after plenty of Intel builds, this time your boy is finally rocking the AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D processor.
Okay.
There they are.
And 32 gigabytes of Dominator DDR5 RAM thanks to our friends over at Corsair. Now to cool down our setup, we have the Panorama 360 ARGB that has the sick 360 customizable display and our mandatory boost of RGB.
Spin it around good. But the coolest thing on this, if you come up real close right here, a little bit closer, it's a vertical mount GPU.
But Samson, what GPU are you going to be mounting vertically? Well, thanks for asking, because we chose the Ventus 3X 5080 for a bit of, nonchalantness, if you know what I mean.
Normally, your GPU is mounted like this. Now, we're gonna mount it like that.
Ooh.
And after installing our GPU, motherboard, and fans, all that's left is our power supply.
Again, the Corsair RM1000X. Now that the power supply is connected, we're gonna get all the cords connected, make it look nice and pretty with some, what is that? Cable management?
I've never heard you say that before.
No, never heard of her. And then we're gonna go put it in the setup. Let's go. Quinn, how do you feel? Is this too close for 135 inches?
This theater room has come a long way. Now that our PC is built, it's time to put together the rest of our gaming setup. Starting with our Secret Labs Magnus Pro standing desk that I definitely was not using for a different setup of mine.
I didn't really see a doctor.
This thing might be heavier than my credit card debt. But of course, we can't forget that our beautiful Asus ROG Swift 39-inch OLED ultra-wide monitor. Now that the setup is looking a little too stealthy, thankfully, this gutsy 8-inch blanket, mousepad, should give us some separation. But to bring this all together, we have our Keychron Lemo Key gaming keyboard. And of course, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would spend $300 on a gaming mouse. But here comes this Asus Harp Extreme, and finally the white blacklight gaming chair to give this setup a nice monochrome feel to it.
All right, bringing it in.
Is it heavy?
Do you not know who I am?
Are you having a tough time?
There were some loose screws still left in the PC, so I was trying to figure out where they went to, but it's done. It's ready to go. Like, there is nothing to be worried about.
When will you try to turn it on?
Actually, it was a little more satisfying than I thought. Hold on to that for me.
All right.
I think one of my favorite things about the Magnus Pro desk is you do have the plug into the outlet here down at the bottom. English language is difficult. That plugs in to the leg right here, and it transfers power up here to the back of the cable system, which then allows me to plug in a power strip. I swear this power strip was longer than, but I can put my monitor, I can put my PC, and anything else that requires power directly into the cable tray.
And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Have you turned it on yet?
Why you would even question?
Sorry, you're right. Something wrong?
No, not at all. Now there's something corrupted. Go ahead and cut it, Quinn.
Okay.
Cut it.
Yep.
Cut,
Yep.
Quinn.
No, it's cut. It's cut.
Okay.
Yep.
God, I hate building PCs. So we've just finished building the PC, the setup. We're gonna be downloading some Windows. But one of the most important things, we got some displays in here that we're gonna be decorating. We got some lights that are going above them, the wireless. We're gonna be doing an Xbox fridge, popcorn machine. Then, to finalize it all out, we have our projector and our surround sound. So let's get to it, baby.
Now, I don't want to hear any judgment towards the movie displays I picked in the comments, okay, fellas? Because they were purely out of Paw Patrol posters and only had these movies that obviously I've never even heard of. But can we just talk about the installation process for a second? Because these were super nice. And in the future, if I ever wanted to swap out these displays, the foundation for these are purely magnetic and easily swap in and swap out.
Looks great.
I don't know who Teller Interns is.
Yeah, that's,
Yep.
there you go. But it looks great, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it looks pretty good.
All right, so we got some modern lights that we're gonna be placing above each one of these posters from Displate. I went with a wireless light, like a nice little LED, rechargeable batteries. Actually, it's connected through magnets on this back end, and it's just gonna sit here and it's gonna shine down beautifully on those posters. So Quinn, oh my, I hit like a nerve.
Oh.
So Quinn, let's get to work. Oh, dude.
Okay.
Now, what I think really brings this together is these movie poster lights that just make the theater vibe here just really stand out.
So now that we got the displays installed, the lights installed, it was actually much easier than what I thought it was gonna be. Our little snack station is gonna go right here. We're thinking a nice little table, some popcorn, maybe an LED sign says, treat yourself. And of course, like I said, the Xbox fridge. Because us gamers, are we gonna be drinking water? No, give me them sugary drinks.
Like I said, a snack corner is a must. So we stacked up this table with popcorn, organic tortilla chips, and apple sauce. But for our final piece of decoration, we have this sick retro gaming table in case there's not enough seats to watch the 2025 Smurf movie. Now that we have all our decorations in, it's time to put in the finishing touches.
This is the Valerian Vision Master 2 Pro, I think. It is the highest crowd-funded projector all time. It came in with like $60 or $70 million for crowdfunding. All right, because not only are we going all out on the projector, but we have the Sony Bravia Theater quad speakers. I think these things are priced in at $2,500. $2,500 because there's literally 4 speakers in each one of these speakers. But then we couldn't just stop there because we have the SW5 wireless subwoofer, also from Sony. Boys, let me just tell you right now, it's gonna get bumping in here.
All right, now that we got the speakers in, that means the room is finally complete. So Quinn, we know what to do, baby. Let's hit it. Now that's a wrap on our theater gaming room. After months and weeks and days of work, it's time to call it a wrap. But if you guys haven't seen our $30,000 gaming room right on the other side of these walls, you can find that video right here. So make sure to go check it out. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next one. How do you get out of here?